Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today, we're going to talk about Bitcoin, and we're going to be doing an update to the bull market support band. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. We also do have the holiday sale on the premium list, so if you want to lock in the low rate, make sure you do so into thecryptoverse.com. We're only going to have that sale run for about the next 5 or 6 days. So go ahead and sign up if you've been waiting. Now would be a good time. Let's go ahead and jump in. So, a fairly eventful week for Bitcoin. We did get that bounce back above the 50-week moving average, which is what we said we would like to see. Okay, if you go back in July, we also had that weekly close right around that 50-week moving average. And then the following week, we had a surge back up. Okay, so you can see it was a 7% drop, followed by 11.5% move back up to the upside. This one over here was a 7% drop, leading to a weekly close below the 50-week SMA, followed by a 9% move to the upside. So a fairly similar bounce in terms of bouncing back above the 50-week moving average. Okay. Now, from here, though, we are in fact still below the bull market support band. And if you're curious where they are, the 20-week SMA is now at approximately 53.3K, and the 21-week EMA is at 51.6K. So nothing has really changed. We need to get back above 53K, more or less. Anything below 53K, we're still playing in the sandbox, my friends. And I know a 50K Bitcoin, a 51K Bitcoin, 52K, it feels good, right? Especially when we went down to 45K not too long ago. But we want to get back above $53,000. And until then, we are just simply playing in the sandbox. We've seen similar price action to this before, where we can hang out below the bull market support band for a while. We saw that in 2019, in fact, a little bit, just hanging out below that bull market support band. Okay, so here again, we were just going sideways below it for a while. You want to get that push back above it, hold the line, and then continue on. Okay, and so that is what we're looking for. So some of the things we've noted in the past is that anytime Bitcoin has held the line at the bull market support band, it has never gone below that value. Okay, I'm not projecting out anything, but I'm just saying if history is any indication, then there theoretically should be a lot of support at around $40,000. That would be the line in the sand I would really like to see Bitcoin not go below, because we know that this has been the case ever, for all of history for Bitcoin. Anytime that it has held the line at the 20-week moving average, we have never gone below that price. We also saw that back over here. If you look at where we held the line for the last time in this bull market before ultimately capitulating back down, that was where we ultimately found support later on. So when I look at this, I would like to think that 40K should provide support if in the event we do go back down, because going below that, then you're starting to look at some of these other, the 30 to 40K range. And look, anything's possible, of course. Certainly anything's possible. It's not like 30K is completely out of the question, but I don't think it's going to happen, to be completely honest. Okay, I think Bitcoin is going to continue generally trending up with time. There's going to be shakeouts along the way to 100K, but I do believe that Bitcoin will make it to 100K this market cycle. And I've been adamant for years that this market cycle does not end in 2021, and that I would have been surprised if Bitcoin went to 100K in 2021. I've always said that the cycle is very likely going to extend out well into 2022 and maybe even into 2023. Okay, and I know some people who follow the 4-year cycle, now that has not played out, are now saying, well, it's going to be in January or February we're going to see a market cycle peak. Look, I don't think so, okay? I think we have quite a ways to go. Right now, we're just playing in the sandbox, trying to get back above the bull market support band, and that's the main order of business right now, getting back above it, okay? So, what we would like to see happen, we'd like to see Bitcoin surge above the 20-week SMA, and a lot of times when it gets above it, it doesn't actually just hang out there. Like it gets to it, and then it surges above it for a bit, and then later comes back down. Okay, we've seen that happen many times. Here's another example where it surged above it, and then it sort of cooled off for a while. So, and here's another example, right? Surge above it, and then cool off. What we don't want to see happen is it get rejected, because if it gets rejected, then we probably will sweep the lows that we already looked at. So, to show you what I mean, if Bitcoin hangs out right below the bull market support band for a few weeks and can't get back above it, it'll probably end up meaning that we're going to sweep these lows again down here. Okay, and maybe we would then test that $40,000 level if in the event that Bitcoin gets rejected by the bull market support band. Okay, so drawing the line in the sand again, if Bitcoin gets rejected by either the 20-week SMA, the 21-week EMA, if we're unable to get above it in the next few weeks, I think we have some time here, but if we're unable to get above it, then there's a high possibility that we could come back down and test these lows and then potentially try again, or even come back down to 40K and then go back up again. So the short-term bull case for Bitcoin is to get above the bull market support band as quickly as possible, okay? To get above $53,000. This has been the line in the sand for a while now, because when we first got below it, the 21-week EMA was at 53K. And then now the 21-week EMA is lower, but now the 20-week SMA is at around 53K. So 53K remains the line in the sand, and it probably will remain the line in the sand for a few weeks, because you can see the 20-week starting to level out. You could imagine it's going to probably stay 53K for many weeks, approximately 53K anyways, okay? So the point is to say, as we go into this week, let's watch for a rally to see if Bitcoin can get back to 51, 52, and hopefully 53K. 53K, there probably will be some local resistance at that level, okay? Because there are going to be people that think it's unable to get back above it. So there probably will be some resistance at 53K. If you want to see, which I do, if you want to see this, a theoretical second leg to the market cycle, we'd like to get back above $53,000 and then continue along the way. And then hopefully Bitcoin will sort of take control for a while. So that's what we're looking for. In the meantime, we're still between the 50-week SMA and then the 20-week SMA. Another thing to consider, which I have mentioned a couple times on Twitter, is that if you remove the bull market support band and then you just look at the 50-week SMA, you could argue that the 50-week SMA is the new bull market support band. Now, I'm not going to say that officially is the new bull market support band, but there is at least some evidence here to suggest that, look, we're just holding support on the 50-week, potentially. Last cycle was the 20-week, this cycle is the 50-week. And so that is certainly a possibility. And I was even playing around with it some, switching this from, say, the 20-week up to the 50-week, and then changing the 21-week EMA to like the 52-week EMA, just to have some fun, and then kind of looking to see what that bull market support band looks like. And it looks pretty nice, actually. Holding it as support over here, not quite getting to it right there, trying to hold it as support over here as well. And then the other thing that's interesting is that altcoins are still doing relatively well, despite the fact that Bitcoin is below its 20-week SMA and 21-week EMA. So there is at least some evidence to suggest that the 50-week SMA is providing a lot more support this cycle than it did last cycle. Okay, so as we go into this week, the key area to watch, the first area to watch realistically, I guess, is the 21-week EMA. Okay, because that one's actually slightly less than the 20-week SMA. So I would say watch 51.6K is the 21-week EMA, and then just over 53K is the 20-week SMA. Those are the lines in the sand that we'd like to see Bitcoin get above in order for us to actually really start to get bullish again. Until then, we're still flirting with the 49K level, the 48K level, right around 50K, so we still have some work to do. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel and check out the premium list into thecryptoverse.com. Lock in that holiday sale rate by signing up in the next 5 or 6 days. You will get access to weekly reports and videos, the Telegram alerts channel, the Telegram chat room, the risk dashboard, and more. Thank you for tuning in. Subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.